So when we start attack, when you come out, you can come up this top left spot just to take a quick peek at what they're running. You can go on the ash of whoever's peeking really close real quick, push them out or kill them. When you come out, you just kind of hide underneath the gas station. And when your team gets up to past the corner and they're able to initiate with you or collapse with you, you can grapple the ATM sign. And it's a perfect swing around to then boop them off the side and slam them, then your team can collapse on those with you. Even if you don't kill them, it's a lot of pressure. They'll back up and they'll either go back up to the high ground or just stay on low ground. Most likely they'll go back up if they're smart, then you can just hit the same thing again. If the cart's now pushed up farther, they're going to come to the other corner, maybe on high ground, or that corner, or down. You can come back here, jump on this to get on the high ground, quickly boop them off. If they're playing in the back corner, you can do the same jump and just grapple lower down to boop them off. Or if they're giving you high ground for free, and then you can just come behind them, poke them, shoot at them from up top, off angle, make sure no one's flanking along here, deal with them first. The DPS or the supports are playing long range. And then when you have your opportunity, you can swing through, boot them in, slam them, do ball things. As soon as you win this point, you want to instantly go, zoom to behind them, and hide about here. You can see them, and they're probably going to be holding on the staircase on high ground, directly across from you. So you hide here and wait for them, and wait for your cart. Once the cart gets pushed up midway, at the range that your team can collapse with you, or just do damage from this, you swing around and you boop them off. You want to make sure no one comes up here. You are the best one to contest the DPS on high ground as always, so you can always play from up there. And then you just come behind, slam them from wherever they are using the high ground. Swinging straight in is never a good idea unless you're up one or two people. So you always want to, if a fight's happening low ground here, you want to go through the building behind them. Always get behind them because then they have less time to react, turn around and stun you. And then you can boop them forward into your team instead of booping them back. On this point, you can get to the high ground without needing to grapple. If you just jump off this ledge and slam, it gives you enough distance to get to the high ground. Just back up and instantly slam and jump. Just jump back, slam forward, and you should get high enough. Or you can wall jump. Either one works. Same with this other edge. Now once you won this fight, they might have another recontest right near the end. You want to get behind them, go to their spawn, and right here is a good spot you can hide. And you can scout and see when they're coming through to recontest. And then you can come behind them and boop them right off and slam them, not giving the defenders a chance to have high ground. And the extra damage is always a good start. Now once at this first corner of third point, you want to chill in this high ground behind them. As always, make sure there's no DPS playing up here, but then you can come behind them, boop them in, and slam them. Always being on high ground or behind the people is always best, because you can pressure them, poke at them, and make them have to worry about two angles instead of just your whole team in front of them. And the same theme continues throughout the rest of this point. Pressure the truck, make sure no one's on that, and then once you have control of the truck, you can slam in or just shoot from afar or boop them out. They can stall a lot this last fight when the cart is close. You could just jump off the cart and slam off that, but if you know wall jumps, you can wall jump this, or just, you don't have to really know wall jumps to be able to get on these slants. On defense, I like to start out this high ground. A lot of people go for this boop right out of spawn when they come across. I don't like it. It's inconsistent. They're not often do they go off unless you're double booping, and it's really easy to feed because your team has no line of sight of you. I like to stand on this high ground, pressure the people that decide to try and come up here, slam them, pressure them out, and then when your team, once they get around the corner and your team has a line of sight on the enemies, you can slam before your team. This wall jump is pretty easy because the rocks are all slanted and corners, so it's really easy to get a lot of height off these, so you can pretty consistently get to safety. And you can drop behind them, boop them in, slam them. Now once they get around the corner and they're farther down the line, you want to make sure nobody's coming up here, no one's going on gas station, control your high ground. As they get around the next corner, you can stay behind them from the gas station. You can get from the front to the back very easily, so you can come behind them and either just push them from behind, or if there's a support kind of by themselves, or you see an opportunity, they have no cooldowns, you can go on them, watch this high ground, and then this high ground too, sometimes the supports will rotate up to here. You have these very easy wall jumps off the rocks to get them, and then you can just easily jump up this dumpster onto the gas station to slam when they're playing really close. Or use the dumpster to get high ground to put them through and slam. Now second point for defense, once you get on this first corner, you can come up here. As long as they're not coming from the high ground and there's not too many, you can out pressure them and just kind of chill here and just bait around the corner if you must. And then when they come through, you can slam them. Once you get closer, I like to play on top of this garage, I guess it's called. You can hide in this corner. You're kind of sticking out, but it's hidden enough. If somebody comes through this tunnel, you can easily go on them, and you should be able to out 1v1 them. And then from there, you can slam here, or get behind them to boop and slam. Do your, normal little ball things. And then from here, you can rotate all the way around to any high ground to pressure them from an off angle, pressure the DPS that are trying to contest, kill someone, get a little squishy support. On 3rd point defense, you can hide up here, and from here you can slam right onto them. It's the same as slamming from here, but you have more scouting potential, as you can see. You can see both sides from where they're coming from and not just the one side. If you notice they're coming right, then you can slam on them very easily and kill that squishy or whoever. When you're scouting from this high ground as well, if you see that they're all coming down mid, then the right side's gonna be clear. So you can safely drop behind them, and instead of just slamming them, you can also get a boop off so they're closer into your team. And basically throughout this point, you stay on the high ground behind them and pressure them from another angle. If you ever see someone slacking, someone by themselves, someone without cooldowns, then you go on them. But if there's none of that, then you just sneak behind them and boop and slam to engage. You can also get on this high ground, this hidden spot. If you grapple up there and swing, you can just chill up here. It's unlikely that they're going to see you because you're fairly high up. And then from there you can slam. It's not that useful, but it's sneaky.